put that down now. So faith journeys are all different, as we've seen in this testimony series, I guess we'll call it. And I grew up hearing people talk about this grand moment where they established a relationship with Christ, similar to how Dennis talked about. It was like an aha moment. I never really had that. I was born and raised in the church. I only remember going to this church specifically. I was baptized. I spent time in this nursery. Hi, Melissa. I went to Sunday school and VBS. I was in youth group. I went to Spring Hill every year. And from junior high and through high school, I attended mission trips every summer. I have been active in this church and been a member since completing confirmation. Covenant means commitment. Growing up in a church community, faith and God were just givens. I knew who God was, knew the story of Jesus, I'd memorized the Bible verses, and I knew the songs. Honestly, I was somewhat jealous of those people who had this come to Jesus faith aha moment. I wanted that depth of personal understanding, that life-changing moment. As life happens, there are ups and downs. When I was in my early 20s, I started to question my faith, as I think a lot of young adults tend to. Not in a way of do I or do I not believe, but why do I believe? What is it that I believe? It was in a relationship with someone whom I thought I knew. The relationship wasn't healthy. This was a person who supported me in my questioning, who encouraged me to seek out answers that were based in science and social understanding rather than in faith. And so I drifted. I stopped coming to church. I became a holiday Christian. I felt lost. I was holding on so tightly to the current relationship I was in, which had progressed to engagement at that point, and the planned trajectory of my life. And overnight, my life and my relationship imploded. I found myself without my partner, without my stepdaughter, and moved back into my parents' house. Talk about feeling lost. Everything in my life had changed so much in such a short amount of time. And I was drowning. I was currently in my master's program, trying to finish my master's of clinical psychology, and I was literally treading water just to get done. One of the hardest things I had done up until that point was continue to learn while my heart and my life were breaking. I had lost a good amount of friends during the tenure of my relationship. It was extremely isolating. And I found myself being continued to be isolated because I didn't have anyone who understood what was going on. My parents were my rock. They let me float and find my footing. Eventually, my mom started asking me if I'd like to join them for church. I was still in a faith struggle, and so I said no. If you know my mother, you know she's a deeply faithful person. She's also persistent, i.e. stubborn. Every week, on Sunday morning, I'd be asked, "You coming to church with us?" And I'd say no. The next Sunday, "You want to join us for church?" No. "We'd really like you to come to church." Mom, I said no. Several weeks passed in that same vein. And her persistence, I found it annoying. So one Sunday, she asked, and in total honesty, I said yes just to get her to stop. But I went. And I didn't burn up when I entered the doors, and no one shunned me. And I came home to this church, in this community. And I didn't feel healed, and I didn't feel faithful, but it was a start. My mom, blessed woman that she is, continued her persistence and seed planting, as she likes to call it, with two of those knuckleheads over there. Joe, Dennis, knuckleheads. Dropping hints if you're looking for someone who sings, my daughter does. It just so happened that they were. Joe approached me one day after service and asked if I'd like to join them. I was unbelievably hesitant. I had just started to come back to church. We're talking like 4 Sundays under my belt at this point. And I was just starting to reestablish myself in my own faith. It was a huge leap to join a band that played during service. Not often, but enough. And so Joe asked and suggested that just come for a practice. See what we're about. If you like it, great. If not, no harm done. So I said, okay. I was sent the music that they were working on currently, and I had a plan to attend their next practice. I've been around Christian music for a long time. I knew a lot of the songs, right? It wasn't like crazy. Well, one of the songs I was given I was unfamiliar with. So I found it on YouTube. I didn't have a smartphone then, so I had to look it up on my laptop. I sat myself down, crisscross applesauce in front of my closet mirrors. You know those like old style, like big, huge mirrors, right? Where you can see everything in the room. Just like plopped. And I had my laptop, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna like listen to this song, see what happens. Man, I tell you what, I pressed play, and that song was my Jesus aha moment. It was a moment that spoke to me so clearly that I was understood, that I wasn't alone, and that no matter what happened, unplanned by me in my life, that God would have me. I remember sitting there, tears streaming down my face, ugly crying, and listening to the song on repeat. I'm still not sure why my parents didn't come ask me what was wrong, because I'm real sure I wasn't quiet about it. But it didn't take me long to learn the song after that, you know, and to be belting it out like I was on American Idol. It was a soul resonating moment for me. So I went to practice. I kept my tears in check. It was a feat, but I did it. And over time, in the last decade, this band, we've had some members come and go, but us core people, the music we play, yes, is important. But these people, they saw me put myself back together. They supported me through life changes I didn't see coming. They were there when I fell in love for the last time. And I gave them groupies. Those are my kids, by the way. This band became a family and my small little community where I could grow my faith and finally learn to trust the process, the higher plan that God knows. Our former youth pastor, Aaron Bell, used to say all the time, trust in the Lord. His favorite Bible verse was, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not upon your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. It's a really hard lesson for me to learn. If you don't know me well, I like to be in control a little bit. I see your face back there, Casey. That lesson is still not always easy. I find it easier now than I used to. It comes in small moments now, like saying a prayer before a therapy session with a client. God, I don't know what to say here, but I need not to panic, so if you could guide me, that'd be great. Thanks. Trusting that God's got this leads to a peace I truly don't comprehend. Experiencing that peace has led to a fulfillment of faith that I now try to prioritize. Finding fulfillment in my faith in the things that I do to support my faith community, to support outreach or fellowship. Finding fulfillment in the strengths that God has blessed me with. Knowing that my strengths are unique to me, and that my words, my actions, all come back to the kind of faith journey I continue to be on. Whether I'm listening to a client and holding space for something truly heavy, or I'm singing on Sunday, it's like my personal cup is getting filled. Fulfillment might be having conversations with adults who have been a pivotal person in my life. My mom, Laurel, Aaron Bell, our former youth pastor, a band member. It could even be recognizing a need in this church and stepping up because I have the skill. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Learned that from you, Pastor Debbie. It all comes back to growth. Growth with persistence from a steady source of love. Thanks, Mom. Growth with trust in a process and a plan that I don't understand. The higher level story, as my sister-in-law Sarah would say. Growth with fulfillment of my own faith journey that ebbs and flows as life does. So this next song that we're going to sing is my aha moment song. It's a song about crying out for God in your most desperate moments of need. It's a song that changed my life, and it's called Need You Now by Plum.
How many times